The new Australian-developed Ford Everest has been on sale for over 12 months, so it's time for the limited edition to hit the road. This is the Wildtrak, the well-known name of the Ranger car, on which the Everest family SUV is based. The Everest Wildtrak adds a third V6 4x4 model to its range, and Ford says it's the best off-road variant. The thing is, there's no mechanical justification for the claim, just some badging, trim, and equipment. Inspired by the popular Ranger variant, the Everest Wildtrak borrows the front-end design, including a dark gray H-bar bumper and unique LED fog lights. So, cosmetics it is. The Wildtrak logo is clearly visible, but it also gets 20-inch alloy wheels and a side-step design, as well as the grille and front bumper being presented in the same bolder gray color as the Ranger Wildtrak. The wheel lip moldings, fender vents, and rear view mirror caps are also finished in bolder gray. Talking about colors, the Wildtrak is available in Luxe Yellow like its sibling. This is one of 5 prestige paint options priced at $700. Arctic White, as presented here, is free of charge. It's as sporty as you'd expect from a vehicle that weighs 2,488 kilograms, measures 4,914 m long, 1,923 millimeters wide, and 1,837 millimeters high, and has a double wishbone/live axle coil spring rear suspension. By using Goodyear Wrangler 255/55 or 20 road tires, the Everest Wildtrak has a solid base for its ride. It does iron out the sharp edges of bumps and cliffs, but it's not gentle. The added manual control shift provides impact in a way that the Everest Wildtrak is designed to glide down the road with disciplined body control, reliable grip, and rear or all-wheel drive, up to a point, and electrically assisted steering that requires more effort than is typically associated with Ford products, especially when fixed line is enabled. This vehicle is more compliant than the Platinum, which uses a low-profile 21, and therefore the Wildtrak itself is a more comfortable family transport vehicle. It would be great for long, adventurous trips on country roads. A full-size spare tire mounted on the rim is located under the floor at the rear. The 2024 Ford Everest Wildtrak is powered by a 3.0-liter Lion SOHC 60-degree V6 turbo diesel engine producing 184 kilowatts at 3250 RPM and 600 Newton meters between 1750-2250 RPM. None of Everest's competitors have been able to surpass that output. Inside, the Wildtrak gets orange stitching and the Wildtrak name is printed on the front seats. Otherwise, it's familiar stuff. The car is accessed via keyless entry and an electric, hands-free rear door. There is leather seat trim and a leather-accented steering wheel. The front seats are heated and ventilated, while the driver gets 10-way power adjustment and the passenger 8-way. Second-row outboard passengers also get heating. The Wildtrak is also equipped with dual-zone climate control with second and third-row power outlets, an electric parking brake and 12-volt charging in rows 1 and 3, and the trunk. It joins the Platinum in terms of tire pressure monitoring and 360-degree cameras, but its safety systems and equipment mirror the rest of the range. There are 9 airbags, including a center front airbag to prevent head impacts and curtain airbags that extend to the third row. The driver assistance system is one of the most advanced and best calibrated. Use adaptive cruise control and the Everest Wildtrak will cruise effortlessly along the highway staying centered in its lane. The 2024 Ford Everest Wildtrak gets a 12-inch infotainment screen mounted vertically on the dashboard as well as an 8.0-inch digital instrument cluster. Only the Everest Platinum gets a larger 12.4-inch instrument cluster along with the Ranger Platinum and Raptor. And that's a shame because the full-size screen is undoubtedly better and at least gives the Wildtrak some clear differences from the Sport in terms of technology. The Wildtrak also misses out on the Platinum's 12-speaker B&O audio system and makes do with an unbranded 10-speaker setup. Nearly everything else will be familiar to all Everest owners: wireless or wired Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, wireless smartphone charging, embedded satellite navigation, AM/FM and digital radio, Bluetooth streaming, and the FordPass Connect phone app with an embedded modem, very useful for remote unlocking. There are USB-A and USB-C points in the first and second seating rows. Move to the second row and usability is aided by the 6633 split-fold and sliding seat base. There are also dual pockets on the back of the seat, folding armrests with pop-out dual cup holders, and door holders that can hold a cup. Space is acceptable than spacious in the second row for adults. It's just that the legroom is not as much as expected. The position of the seat is raised to help the view out, but still feels quite closed. There's little support on offer as the seat is flat as a tack. The sunroof does reduce headroom in rows 1 and 2, but you'd have to be a basketball center to notice it. The second row seats easily fold or slide forward to aid third row access. This is for the kids back there. Taller people are not basketball centers. Can last a while if the second row of seats is moved forward. The third row seats can be folded 50/50ths. The trunk area includes an underfloor storage area, lighting, and 4 hooks in the floor. A 5-year/unlimited kilometer warranty is provided and service intervals are 15,000 km/12 months. The average service price is $471.80 for each of the first 5 workshop visits, but Ford gives indicative prices up to $180,000 km/12. Priced from $74,404 plus on-road costs, was $73,090 when announced in May. The 2024 Ford Everest Wildtrak adds a third 7-seat 4x4 V6 to the range. Separating the Ford Everest Sport V6 4x4 starts at $72,490 plus ORCs, and the Ford flagship Everest Platinum V6 4x4 from $79,490. Of course, there are also cheaper 4-cylinder Everest models and even 4X2S. The Everest is based on the Ranger car, and the Wildtrak name has been a permanent part of the lineup for many years. But in the case of the Everest, the Wildtrak is a limited edition of 800 units, with supplies due from the factory in Thailand in early 2024.